Good morning, my beautiful crime family. I hope everybody has an awesome day. As you can see, the sun's just coming up kind of a little bit. Oh, yeah. I need to thank somebody. One of my mods, beautiful mods, sent me Cynthia. Thank you very much for the beautiful slippers and winter hat because the winters up here are not very fun. And you don't know how much they mean, especially the slippers, because I wear slippers. I don't know. You didn't know this, so, but I wear them all the time in the house. That's what I wear. I wear slippers everywhere. So I thank you very much. I want to thank Karen Stever for the intro music. She's awesome. You can check her, see her albums out and her merchandise at KarenStever.com. And please check her out. So, we're going to do some talking here today. A few different things. Number one, it's really hard to. I'm going to have to pull something up here. Do I got something? Yeah, I got it there, Don. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. The PCA talked a little bit, and I know everybody's been through this, a million zillion times. But there's probably two things that bother me the most out of that, and that's the description of Brian. It's a joke. I mean, it's a total joke. And let's just go to this because, and I know you guys have seen it a million times, but look at this here. DM stated she opened the door for the third time after she heard the crying and saw a figure clad in black clothing and a mask that covered the person's mouth and nose walking towards her. DM described the figure as 5'10". He's 6'3". You know how big of a difference there is between 5'10" and 6'3"? That's a huge difference. I mean, you would know if the person's 5'10" or 6'3". 5'10" to 5'11", maybe not. 5'10" to 6'3", you would notice. That male, right? Not very muscular. Brian is pretty muscular from the chest up. If you look at him, he's pretty stocky. I mean, you can tell he worked out, and he went through police training and all that. I mean, and you can tell he works out. But he's clumsy. He definitely is not this. This is the biggest word to me. Athletically built. No way in hell is Brian Christopher Kohlberger athletically built. There's just no way. I'm pretty athletic. I was very good in sports, in all of them. I know what an athletic man looks like, and he's not one of them. Who would fit that out of everybody that we've looked at? And I'm not saying this person did it or anything like that. Would be Ian Harsh, because he's the word here isn't really athletic, agile. He's very agile. If you've watched him do his fire sticks and stuff, the guy is awesome with the fire sticks and the movements, and he's just very agile. Brian, he's a clumsy come on. Look at him. I can't say anything for sure. You know what I'm saying? In this case, you really can't. And I think that's a big problem, um, because we can't just come out and say this is it and that's it, and I'm not thinking of any. I mean, I got to have an open mind to everything, and everybody does. Everybody's got to have an open mind to it. But the thing is, we see things with our eyes and we hear things with our ears, and when you got that has to mean something. It has to. Can audio be messed with and blah blah blah? Yeah, actually, I pretty much know it was, but not in the way people think. Like I stated before, things were turned down, some things were turned up, and they inserted brown noise at certain times. But what was that covering up? Maybe we're looking at this all wrong. Maybe it was covering up a fight club, which we were told since like very, very early on by people from out there that know this. And many of them have said there's a fight club. And it's been going on for about a year and a half. And everybody just kind of keeps blowing it off. But then wouldn't that explain so much? Look at Linda Wayne. All the reflections. Could it have just been a fight club? They fought until there was no more video left. And they were still fighting. We think we can see who it is. And we do see kind of whose faces, kind of. We can't come out and say, that's 100%. It's going to stand up in the court of law. But it gives us good guesses. But that still does not mean anything if it was a fight club. It would answer so many questions because it makes it all confusing, but yet answers a lot of questions. If there was police involvement, let's say LA involvement, everybody's been saying, there's LA. Maybe there was, but not in the way that we think. And then we have to look at all things, right? Maybe it was they had money on some people in a fight. And they were there just watching the fights, which is still wrong. They still would get in trouble over it. But it isn't like being part of a murder. Did someone use the fight club as a distraction to go do this heinous deed or deeds? Think about that for a second. Wouldn't that make a lot of sense? Especially if the fight club was planned, which it would be. There's going to be a fight. Here's where it's going to happen. And someone who's angry or has some kind of a beef with people in that house goes, this is the night I'm gonna do something. And we know that Kaylee dated a guy at one time. Could that be it? I don't know. And she didn't want nothing really to do with him after that. Or could the ex? There's a fight going on there. Because we can't say for sure. It could be a fight club. All the emotions that we've seen, could be pounding. It could be a person laying there. We showed a body laying there. It looked like Ethan. But can I 100% say, yep, that's Ethan? No, I cannot. Can I 100% say that person is not alive anymore? No, I cannot. That person could have been just knocked out. There's a lot to this case, but this would make a lot of sense. The grub truck. Think of the grub truck. All the people watching their phones and hollering Xana, and maybe Xana was fighting. Maybe she was one of the ones that was fighting. Maybe it turned bad, but maybe it didn't. Maybe she got beat up a little, and Ethan got beat up. They said there was, Ethan was pretty beat up. That sounds like Fight Club. He might have went home after that. Like I said, they fought until after 5. They were still fighting. He could have went home. I said between 2:20 and 2:30. Maybe that's when he went home. Maybe he got knocked out a little bit and decided, after he got up and stuff, decided just to go home. He got beat, and he goes home. Maybe Kaylee and Maddie were already done in. And him and Xana, they go into the bedroom, and all of a sudden somebody comes in and boom, bam. And Ethan being tired and beat up from the fight. We need to look at it. We look at all things, right, Crime Family? We look at all things, and all stones get turned over to take a peek what's underneath there. And I think that's what we need to do here. We need to look at all things. And Brian, that'll answer a lot too. And it might come up in court. It might actually come down where he gets up and testifies. Yes, I was riding around watching a fight, watching some fights. He's not very social. He could have been told about, hey, there's a fight club tonight, And he might have wanted to just kind of see what the action was. He might have even stopped the car and got out and went and watched. And maybe Bethany sees him. And maybe only Bethany, maybe she was the only one he knew by face, not knowing the people in the house, not knowing them. And he might have recognized Bethany afterwards even. It's something to think about because I think it needs to be thought about. I might not be getting everything right here, and nobody is. Nobody's getting anything right. It could be a combination of all kinds of different things. But something definitely happened. Something very terrible and awful. And I can't see Brian an incel, and I'm sorry, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But I cannot see this man being agile enough to pull this off. He's too tall and just not athletic. Doesn't look like he has any agility. I just don't see it. In my opinion, I think there's probably 3 or 4 involved. And they all had the same beef. They were very, very angry at him. Could there be drugs involved? Oh, sure. I suppose there could be, I don't think that had a big thing with it. I mean, I used to think that, but I just don't anymore. There was too much anger in what happened to those 4. Too much anger. And that usually points at something different. And if you look at Brian, he's just not. No. Nope. And the mainstream media keeps hyping up their crap. It's just ridiculous. It is. It's just stupidly ridiculous. You know, us inquiring minds, we do. We want to know. We want to know what, what went on. So and if we want to know, we need to look at everything. And I know my crime family. I know you want us to look at everything, and you want to look at everything. So we can make a sound choice in what we believe. To me, the Fight Club just makes a lot of sense for many different reasons. It explains the grub truck. It explains Banfield and why the kids are running and stuff and all that. There was Fight Club. Everybody was there, man. That would explain that too. Oh, there couldn't be so many people, and they all, were in on the murders. It was just, wouldn't. Maybe not. Maybe there was a lot of people because of the Fight Club. They didn't know that there was going to be that happening. Especially if the Fight Clubs, they've been going on for like a year and a half, which the kids have been saying. Makes a lot of sense. It would explain the reflections. Because I know what I'm seeing. But do I know that they're actually somebody being knifed? No. I can't say that, but 100% sure. Could be just fighting. Can we tell who they are? We think we can, kind of, in some instances. Who isn't at the Fight Club? That's what I want to know. And think about that black truck. That truck. I said they were loading something up, right? Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was just something else. But then the person that runs and gets into the back seat of the truck head first, they came from the house. They came from 1122. Not from the Fight Club. Yeah, who wasn't at the Fight Club? Who wasn't there? I think people know, who it was. I really do. I think they know. The police. Let's say Ellie was involved. That would explain that too. Maybe they were there. They had money down on some fights. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right. But man, would that explain a lot? Like I said, would explain the LE involvement, not with the murders, but with the Fight Club and why they want. And if you look up Fight Club, go look it up. I wish I would have pulled it up here. Go look it up. Number one thing they talk about with Fight Club is the secrecy of it. That's the biggest thing of Fight Club is the secrecy. Actually started in the 1800s. And secrecy was the number one thing. So yeah, that would explain that. It would explain why, Ellie, that picture, that I had from the let me see if it's here, right? Yeah, picture I had. It's on my community page, but the picture that we got off of this is a reflection. Okay. And you can tell that's some former officer. Don't you think? I mean, you can pretty much tell that. There will be people, oh, yeah, you can't. Oh, whatever. Shut up and sit down. This is look at. I mean, you got the patch on the sleeve. Come on. And he was down, and you can't really see it here, but he's looking at a body. All right. That doesn't mean that the body is unalived. Know what I mean? It could be somebody laying on the ground, knocked out. And he's just leaning over looking at it, waiting for him to get up or whatever. You know what I mean? Could have all been Fight Club. And someone used that as a distraction because they knew it was going down. And you have to look at the people I've named before with my little, what do you call, little hints, my little abbreviated names or whatever, nicknames. You got to look at them. Like I said, I think there was 3 or 4 involved, and there might have been at two different times. Kaylee and Maddie could have went first, and then they got. I mean, like I said, but it could be anyway. But I do believe we should look at the Fight Club a little more, because it would answer so many things. So let me know what you know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I don't know if I'll be in chat or not. Of course, I haven't slept. Been up thinking about this stuff and digging, and it just makes sense. The confusion, but yet the simpleness of it explains so much. Maybe not everybody in the whole town was involved in the murders, but maybe a lot of people were involved in Fight Club. Something to think about. So anyway, to my beautiful mods, and I want to thank you, Cynthia, for them. That's just awesome. Your beautiful spirit and a beautiful soul. As is all my subs. I love you all. And until next time, rock and roll. Shines in the light, glorifies my soul and eyes. The rain stops.
through the night. I walk the shadows of the moonlight. When the time is right and the stars shine bright, I'll kiss my lady through the night. Oh, my lady, do you hear all those whispers in your ear? I walk the shadows of the moonlight. Stars stuck in time. It always seems to seem alright. My thoughts inside, I miss it day and night. There's only one reason to stay up all night. Shadows of the moonlight. I'm slipping away, it's almost time. Take my hand, my lady, please don't cry. Hold me forever until I die. Don't be lonely, I'm by your side. I walk in the shadows of the moonlight.
I don't know when, yeah, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time is rolling on. And I hear their lonesome whistle way down in San Antonio. Well, when I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always get good, boy, don't ever play with guns. Yeah, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. And I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking whiskey and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. And I hear that lonesome whistle, and that's what tortures me. Torture me, child. moving, and that's what tortures me. When if they free me from this prison, if they're ever treated fine, you know I'll pick it all up, move it falling down the line. Find some folks in prison is where I long to be. And then people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Yeah, the people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Yeah. Thank you.